Hey everyone, and thanks for checking out our new YouTube video for Epicedium Paranormal. My name is Gail, and today we're going to be talking about our favorite pieces of equipment. Now, we all know there can be a million and one different kinds of equipment that vary in terms of price, quality, what it's used for, when it's used for, whether it's an indoor-outdoor investigation, business, home, type of activity, whatever. Runs the gambit. But we all have that one favorite that we love to use. And today we're each going to be talking about our personal favorite piece of equipment on an investigation. So I'm going to start it off, and today I'm going to be talking about the full spectrum camera. So a full spectrum camera is easy to use and can catch some of the greatest pieces of evidence, something very special that you can print out and save for your client and for yourself. So what exactly is a full spectrum camera? Well, there are different light spectrums. So you have the visible light spectrum, which is what we can see as humans. You have the IR infrared, and then you have the UV. So a full spectrum camera captures all of those. You do have one specifically for IR, which is mainly night vision cameras. And then you also have what's called a wide spectrum camera, which uses both IR and UV. But the full spectrum does the full gambit. It gets you from point A to Z in terms of being able to see every possible source of light. And also it is thought that, spirits might be on a different plane that the human eye can't see. And the full spectrum camera can potentially capture that for you. So what I have here is basically a standard still camera, digital still camera that was converted. So you can sometimes buy a full spectrum camera that's already made to automatically do the full spectrum, capture everything. This one was a digital camera that was converted. If you're handy, you might be able to do that yourself at home. There's certain filters in the camera you just have to remove. I myself am not, so I decided to purchase this from the Ghost Hunter store, which you can find a link for their website on our website, which you will be given at the end of this video. Anyway, so I purchased this along with this handle, and this is an IR light, which isn't on right now because if it was, you wouldn't like that very much. So what's great about this is it is able to pick up on activity and objects in the room, human, non-human, paranormal, non-paranormal, in complete darkness. So my biggest thing is when you're using one, you want to make sure you take 3 pictures in a row as quickly as possible. The purpose of that is because you want to be able to see if something's moving, if it has motion to it, if it changes shape, how quickly it's moving, if it's coming from a potential light source in the room. You want to be able to make sure that any evidence you capture is actual evidence and not interference from a light source or another investigator. So with one of these, it's easy to use and you can take a million pictures in an investigation. They're fairly easy to review, unlike audio, which you'll be sitting there for hours. With something like this, you could skim through them fairly quickly. And there are a ton of different kinds of evidence you can pick up with it, from orbs to full-blown apparitions, light rods, the whole 9. So this is why I love the full spectrum camera. I use it on every investigation, and it honestly can provide really great evidence. So that's my favorite. On to the next, though. I think, Ron, you want to talk about something, don't you? Let's see what you got.
Thanks, Gail. Love that piece of equipment that you were showing there on your video. So I guess now it's my turn to talk about what I enjoy using. I enjoy using a lot of different types of equipment. But for this video right here, I'm going to talk about these right here, which are your basic dowsing rods. A lot of people use these for different types of ways. I do know that there are some open sensitives that like to use these to try to get clarification or confirmation onto some questions. I specifically use these on, I would say, fun hunts. A lot of people ask questions sometimes that I've been asked by some people on how exactly these work. You put them straight out like this, and they are very good at detecting different types of energies. Some people will even ask questions, cross them for yes, spread them apart for no. But when it comes to using dowsing rods, there are a lot of things that I think teams don't quite know about. Biggest thing is I don't use these, as I said earlier in the beginning of my video, in clients' houses. I'll use these on fun hunts, not in a house when I'm there to help out a client. Biggest reason why is you're enabling what could possibly be in there. You're telling something there that they can, how to manipulate something, how to touch something. And the last thing you want is you don't want to have something know or pretty much teach something that could be in that house how to do things. The last thing you want, helping a client is walk out of the house, and because you use these right here and you were telling whatever was there to cross these or spread them apart, you could, you don't want to teach something to do something, you then leave a client's house and then get a phone call because now the client out of nowhere is now having things move in the house where before it was shadows, voices, or even maybe footsteps. Now all of a sudden things are disappearing. Now all of a sudden, they're seeing doors open and close, or it could be worse if if there's something possibly negative in the house. You're showing something there exactly, how to manipulate stuff, and that's the last thing, at least for our team Epicedium, we want to do when helping clients. The whole point of us being there is to help the client, not to make it worse. But these are a lot of fun when you're using them on a fun hunt. It's a very good way to try to track energy. It's a very good way to try to figure out where specific energy areas might be, energy pockets. You can do that in a client's house, as long as you're not asking whatever's there to manipulate it, to move it. They also make these in many different types of ways. I've seen ones that are big, small. You can also find them at the Ghost Hunter store, which is where we do get a lot of our equipment from. It's run by Dave Giuliano. He has a set of these that he sells on his store that actually light up, where this way when you're in the dark you can actually see them, and they light up like a neon color so you can see what they're doing when it's in the pitch black. These are a little hard to see in the pitch black. I will admit to that. A lot of times when I've used these on cases, fun hunts, I've had to ask the person with me, can you shine your flashlight on these? So at the same time I'm using these, trying to get some type of clarification or confirmation about what's going on in the fun location, and at the same time I'm then also being blinded by somebody shooting a flashlight into my face. It's not, I wouldn't really say to really do it in that way, just because there's being a ghost, paranormal investigator, going out to people's houses and stuff like that, you kind of don't want to get blinded by people's flashlights. But as Gail said about how much she enjoyed her piece of equipment, how much she likes using that piece of equipment in a house, this right here, this is one of my second favorite pieces of equipment. I just decided to use this one as my go-to for this video. Again, if you guys have any questions about the equipment that you may see on this video, any other type of equipment, or what I'm holding right here, you can feel free, send us a message. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we have YouTube, as you probably know by watching this video right here. If you any questions at all, send us something. We'll be happy to answer your questions. Not to mention, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us and comment on this video, like and share it. But remember, these dowsing rods, you can get them anywhere on different sellers' websites, so on and so forth. But these are very easy to use, common sense, hold them straight out, and you want it to try to go where the energy is going. But as any piece of equipment you use, remember, never use it in your own house. Never use it in your own energy of your house. We tell this to everybody we talk to because the last thing you want is to wake something up in your house. Or if you do have something in there, me being an open sensitive, I don't really want things around in my house. And, don't want people, don't want to enable things in my house because I already have enough things to worry about, going on investigations and on cases. So again, dowsing rods, fantastic piece of equipment. Good for fun hunts. Good for looking for energy in the client's house. But never, and we ask never, use these type of things to speak to a spirit or energy in a house. Because that just pretty much enables and teaches whatever's there how to touch things and how to move things around. Don't want that in a client's house. So this is my piece of equipment for this video. I hope you enjoyed my segment of it. And hey Tim, I think you got something to talk about too, right?
Hey, what's up guys? Tim from Epicedium. Ron, thank you for the intro. Appreciate it. Funny story. When I first used dowsing rods at an investigation, we did the typical cross for yes, go apart for no. And, that was pretty cool and exciting. But when someone asked to point the dowsing rods at me, I was sitting next to the person, and to see those two rods just pin right to where I was sitting was pretty wild. Something that I'll never forget. So those are also a very cool tool to have. Today I'm going to be talking about the EDI plus EMF / temperature fluctuation gauge, vibration detection gauge. It also tells you pressure change, humidity change. These are all things that prior to this little gadget coming out, you would carry multiple items for, right? I mean, you could bring a thermostat, or a thermometer, one of those electronic trigger ones, and, to try to get fluctuations, right, in temperature. You could use an EMF detector, right, an EMF meter. You could have a separate item for just the vibration alone, right? These are all in one. See, I don't like to carry a lot of stuff. I already have enough crystals in my pockets when I go out on investigations or just on my day-to-day that I don't need 4 or 5 different pieces of equipment, right? So having this all in one, I like it. I like simplicity. I like convenience. Another thing is this item comes in a protective rubber case, okay? I don't know about you guys, but I can be klutzy. I can drop stuff. Things happen, especially in the dark, which is why I chose orange. You can get black. I picked orange because I think it might be a little easier to see in a dark environment. So let's just go through it real quick. Obviously, you see the vibration there, right? I've gone through that. Then you can change, excuse me, you go through the temperature functions. There's your EMF detector. Then you got your pressure. You're probably seeing it backwards because of the camera. And humidity. Okay, so now you got all these tools, which alone would be worthy enough for me to buy it, right? But there's more. I feel like one of those infomercials. But there's more. You can download an app to your laptop, and you can actually tag events as they're happening on the device. When you connect it to your laptop, it'll download a graph, and you'll see those tagged instances. So you'll get to see it in black and white when you had spikes, when you had hits. You may miss it when you're actually doing the investigation. Sometimes you get distracted. You may be looking at something else. And so you go back and watch it again or see it again, you may not realize you've had a hit. So it just kind of quantifies everything together, right? And that's what we do, right? We're looking for evidence, right? We want to prove scientifically there's a change in the environment. There's things happening that may coincide with something I'm feeling, right? When you get the goosies, when you get the little goosebumps because your body's having a reaction to something in the room, this will help prove that. This will scientifically help say, yeah, you might have been onto something. And again, that's what we want, right? So EDI Plus, for me, it's worth weight in gold. 1 unit as opposed to 4 or 5 different items. It packs a punch. It's small, it's light, and it's sturdy. So that's all I got on EDI, guys. Check it out. Ghost Hunter store. The link will be in the comment section, I believe. And coming up next, I got my girl Sabrina. Sabrina, tell them what you got for them.
Hey guys, it's Sabrina from Epicedium Paranormal. I'm here to talk about my favorite piece of equipment, which is the digital voice recorder. The digital voice recorder is usually used to get EVPs, which is electronic voice phenomena. I love getting things on my recorder. This one is no in particular brand. It's just super convenient for me. I am not the best with technology. So this one's very easy for me to use for right now. I'm hoping that when I become a little bit more technologically savvy with some of these products that are out there, I'll be able to delve into more intricate products. But for right now, this is what I have. So this recorder is really, really easy to use. This recorder, basically you set it either to record or save, but obviously I leave it in record mode because this little button here, my little friend, you just flip it on and it immediately goes into recording. And then when I'm done, I just flip this down to save. It saves it, it categorizes it. You've got your play button, your back, your forth, your ups, your downs, so you can scroll through everything. And it even plays the music, so that's actually pretty fun for me. I enjoy getting EVPs because, you know, you can always replay what you think you hear. You can always play it back to something that you think you might have that might be paranormal, but then scientifically or naturally it's explainable because you're able to replay it and hear it against whatever you're trying to compare it with. There is nothing better than when you get something on the recording that you know for sure is spiritual. I always say it's such a beautiful thing that we can still connect with our loved ones from the other side. And that's an amazing way to do it. And one of the greatest things I think is when you take the EVP and you compare it to the photography that people get, you know, and then you can almost put together a whole story. So my favorite piece of equipment for right now, because I'm sure that that might change once I get a little bit more advanced, is the recorder. So I hope you all are having a wonderful day and that you're being cool in this heat. And I'm not, obviously. It's no central air, no attic fan, so we're all dealing. So I wish you all the best of luck with the heat wave and the summer, and happy hunting.
Awesome, Sabrina, that was great. Thanks so much. So we hope you all enjoyed our favorite pieces of equipment, and please comment below, let us know what yours is, and if you have any questions regarding what we talked about today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the page, and also please check out our website and social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We love interacting with our paranormal community, so we would love feedback from you guys. So please check it all out, and we hope to talk to you soon. Thanks.